Just Killing Time is brought to you by Anderson Rifles. Anderson Rifles presents
Grab your gear and come on with us, heading out from dawn to dusk. Get 'em in your sights and let it fly. Amped up to close the deal and a pocket full of tags fulfilling. One thing I can say keeps me alive, just killing time.
It's one of my favorite shows of the year. We do every year. We've done it for years. We love taking young people out into the woods, letting them experience God's creation and the enjoyment and the simple wonder of being out in creation. I love to call these shows the young and the deadly, because that's what young people are. If you take them out, teach them some gun safety, you'll find out pretty quick they can shoot better than you. Their attention span, young eyes. Their attention spans may not be as long as theirs, but that comes, and it's just a beautiful thing to be out and see the next generation of hunters as they mature into being what Buck and I have come to love and enjoy as a sportsman.
The first hunt, we're with a buddy of mine, Tommy Eastep, and his daughter Reese, and I can't tell you where we're at, just
Top
because
secret.
Tommy
Top
might
secret.
kill me if I get
Top
out
secret.
and give away his honey hole. But Reese is up to bat the first morning of youth weekend, Saturday morning, and I climb up in the tree stand above Tommy and Reese, and we get set up.
Hey, I'm Reese Step. We're here for Youth Weekend in Virginia. We're hoping to kill a big deer.
And we're not there long. It's been quite a few deer killed there on Youth Day over the last few years. But this time Reese is behind the trigger. And we saw a couple good bucks that morning too. I tried to get on video. They just would not come in range for Reese. I'm talking a pretty Virginia deer, an 8 or a 10 pointer. Saw a spike or two. They just stayed out of range, skirting that little ridge, little draw over there from us, and she just couldn't get on them. A little bit later in the morning, Reese has a pretty doe come up through there, and she finally gets turned, because she had to turn way to her far right to get a shot, and the doe finally stopped enough for Reese to take the shot, and she made a great shot on this doe. She made a great shot on this doe, runs down through the woods, and of course we seen her crash down there, but after all was said and done, we got down out of the tree and let Reese go over and find the blood and try to track the deer, even though we knew where it was.
Let her learn.
Yeah, we wanted to let her
Yep,
get the whole experience on how the hunt from start to finish goes.
I can see her laying. Yeah, I saw it. See if I can get you on Reese. I can zoom in.
All right, Reese got lucky enough this morning, got a doe, hit it good. We think it's down here. We can see a little bit of the belly, so we're gonna try to go over here and find some blood. That way she can track it, and we're gonna go down to it and get it.
Let's go.
buddy. Come on, let me pull that. Look at there. I mean, perfect shot. Good job. Proud of you. Yep. It's a big old doe.
Congratulations, Reese. This looks like a heart shot to me.
What are we gonna do with this one?
Making a deer balloon done.
Well, folks, here she is. Reese made a perfect shot, like Tommy said. Looks like a heart shot. And this isn't your first deer, is it, Reese? Second one? Second. We was holding off for a big buck. Tommy said this was kind of a honey hole, which I was hoping we'd bring us to. And had 2 good bucks, wasn't it, Tom?
Yeah, it was 2.
Just we got a quick glimpse of them. You could see I had a couple clips of them, but they just wouldn't stand still. And Reese had a little itchy trigger finger, so big doe showed up. So she had the green light, and then we sat there on waiting on a buck, and it just didn't happen. But I'm proud of her. She made a perfect. I don't think me or Tom could have shot that deer any better.
Nope, perfect.
What do you want to say, Reese? Anything you want to add?
Thank you, man.
No, thank you all for letting me share it with you. I love taking and hunting with the kids. It was a fun morning with Reese and Tommy, and I just appreciate them letting me share the tree with them.
Well, you know, Reese, congratulations on your deer. I'm sorry that you had to experience bucking the tree with you. Maybe next time I'll come and you'll understand what a great experience hunting can be.
Hey,
I'm just picking. Oh,
I don't know if we got a tree big enough down there in that neck of woods.
I get in the stand in the tree.
No, it was a great morning, man. Tom, Reese, congratulations, and thanks again for letting me share it with you.
Our Anderson No Lube AR-15 is built with pride in the USA, right here in Hebron, Kentucky. Our 30,000 square foot facility has the latest in computerized manufacturing. Only Anderson rifles have RF85 that reduces friction 85%, never needs oiling, and cleans up with soap and water. Anderson quality control is second to none. The Anderson AR-15, the world's only no lube rifle.
This is day 1. It's Saturday evening. I got my little nephew here, Aiden, and my brother Johnny. Aiden's never shot a deer, 9 years old. He's got the old Anderson, the 6.8 here, and we're going down here at one of our food plots and see if we can't score on something tonight. It don't matter, Aiden's got the green light. Little buck, big buck, doe, whatever comes out, he's got the green light. So you ready to rock and roll?
Yeah.
Let's do it. Load them up. And now, after that morning sit, I get to go sit with my little nephew, Aiden, and my brother Johnny. Aiden's 9 years old, and he's never deer hunted. He's shot the gun. You know, I got the old Anderson, the 6.8 out, the SPC, and let him shoot that. And I can tell you what, like Max said, they're deadly. You know, those young eyes.
Baby Cannon, sitting here with my uncle and my dad trying to kill my first deer. That we hope one comes out.
So we moved down here to one of my food plots and got up in one of the old SOS blinds that we set in down here. And of course, the first evening we go out and sit, we have 3 or 4 does come out. You don't want to force a kid into anything.
Absolutely never. If they're not ready,
and honestly,
tell them that.
Yeah, exactly. Honestly,
you know, I've been with young people before, and we had opportunities, and they didn't capitalize
They wasn't
on
ready.
them. And I told them, I said, listen, if you're not comfortable pulling the trigger, don't. It's not.
That's-
You don't have to kill something every time you go out.
That's exactly what happened on this hunt. This was Saturday evening, and you know we had 3 or 4 does come out, and a big doe, mature doe on the other end of the food plot. You know, 100-yard shot, 115 yards, and Aiden, you know, he could get on the deer. He just didn't know if he wanted to take the shot. I told him, I said, if you're not ready, I said, we can try it again tomorrow because it's youth weekend, or we can wait till next year. I said, it's up to you, buddy. And he sat there and, you know, he was a little dejected. Didn't even want to talk to the cameraman. And, you know, he thought we was disappointed in him, but I'm not. Proud of you.
Absolutely.
But anyway, he said, I want to try it again. So Sunday afternoon after church, he come over and we shot the gun again. He said, I'm ready. We go back down to the same food plot, but a little bit later in the evening, in some corn behind us, we looked and had 3 or 4 deer come up. I couldn't get on camera at first. They were coming up along the side of the corn. We got all 3 of us got turned around in the blind and got Aiden stuck out one of the other windows.
Chinese far drill.
Exactly. Kind of like me and you in Missouri the other year.
Squeeze the trigger.
Aiden got on him, on the big doe, and I told him a couple times to squeeze the trigger, and know, if he, you know, we didn't want to force it on him, but he took the shot, made a good shot. The deer dropped.
Squeeze the trigger. You got her, buddy. Need to get her. Yeah, she's down. She's down, buddy. She's gonna get up.
For some reason, she got up and run right back towards us. You know, so, you know, I told Aiden, I said, man, it's all right, man. You made a good hit. She'll be fine.
They do that sometimes.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
part of it, you know.
But so we sat there for a minute, and like you said, he was still a little dejected because the doe got back up. But I told him that's part of hunting, man. It's, you don't always hit exactly where you hope to, especially in excitement. But so we got down and went down and found where the doe went, and she run back in the tree line there behind us, and hey, she was done when we got there. And you talk about an excited little young man. Man, I'm proud of you, Aiden. That was his first deer.
He was a little nervous about taking the shot this evening, and I was beginning to wonder if he was going to do it. And if he didn't, I mean, I told him, if you're not ready, we'll wait till next year. But tell you what, he came through, made a good shot. The doe dropped. We thought she was done out there in the corn. She got up and run right to us, so we didn't know what happened. So Aiden was a little disappointed because he didn't think he hit the deer where we wanted him to hit it. But we told him, hey, sometimes things happen. And he was a little upset, like I said, and so I didn't even turn the camera on him. He didn't even want to talk. He don't really want to talk much now, do you? He's a little shy. But anyway, the deer didn't go far, went in the woods here behind us on the tree line, and we just, you know, she was done when we got there. It's a big old Virginia doe, Aiden's first doe, and I can tell you what, I've had the privilege to be with a lot of young hunters when they took their first deer. 3 of my nephews I've been with when they killed their first deer. And I tell you, I hope this is only the first of many for Aiden. So I tell you what, I'm proud of this little man. Him and the old Anderson dropped the hammer on this doe this evening. Now what we gonna do with her, buddy?
Skin him up and eat him.
Skin him up, meat him, you gonna make jerky?
This Anderson rifle shot 5,000 rounds without a drop of oil.
We're gonna clean it Anderson style. I think she's clean.
Anderson rifles never need oiling and clean up with soap and water. The Anderson rifle, the world's only no-lube rifle.
Howdy folks, this is Kyle, and we're here again with High Mountain Seasonings Just Grilling Time. This week we're going to take a fresh turkey breast and we're going to stuff it a little bit with some asparagus and then make a panko batter for it, and then we're going to sear it in the pan, and we're going to serve it with a little fresh pico and some fresh vegetables and a little bit of cantaloupe maybe. But what you want to do is you want to take a turkey breast, you want to trim it up and try to get it as even as you can, but it doesn't have to be anything really special. And then we're going to come in here and we're going to poke some holes in it. We're going to put the asparagus right in those, and it doesn't take much. We're just going to take that asparagus and we're going to shove it right down in those holes. Just like that, and then we're going to take some olive oil, drizzle that. We've got an egg. Just want to beat that up a little bit. We're going to start our fire back here. And you want about a medium to high heat. This is heavy cream. Mix that with your egg. We're going to put that over into this pan. Then we're going to take our turkey breast and we're going to slap that down in there, get both sides. Then we're going to set it back out. We're going to get our panko. And we're going to put this over into the pan. And we're gonna do asparagus side down first. We'll let that cook for just a minute. Won't take long on that. So a little thicker on one end, a little thinner on the other. So you want to make sure that you get it cooked but don't burn it. Fried onions, we're gonna take a few of those and we're gonna drop those on and just heat those up a little bit in the pan because we're gonna use that. That's our little piece. There's that. And then we're gonna take that, we're gonna put that right on there. We're gonna take our knife and we're gonna hit it on our Lansky sharpener. So. And then we're gonna take that and we're just gonna slice that just like that. All right, folks, we got this off. We've got it sliced up. We've got some of our onions around the side of it. You can do this on a plate, you can do it on a platter. But then what we want to do is we want to take this buckboard bean seasoning and dry right here before we serve it. And we just want to dust this with the buckboard bean. As you can see, we didn't do a lot of seasoning on this beforehand. We did it after the fact so we can get the full robust flavor of this buckboard bean on this. But high mountain seasoning, buckboard bean seasoning on here after you cook it. And then it's ready to go. And you can take this, pop that in there. You can see your asparagus up in there. You got your panko, you got your seasoning. Fantastic. Once again, for more recipes and the full recipe on this, JKTTV.com. This is Kyle Nunn, Rain Creek Ranch. Hope you enjoy.
You got to be asking yourself, what am I looking at? What is this mess? One of the largest rifle distributors in the country pitted the Anderson rifle against one of the top leading brands in a shootout. The leading gun was prepped thoroughly, cleaned and lubricated to perfection. The Anderson rifle was cleaned, but stripped of all lubrication. It was fired completely dry. This is only possible because the Anderson was treated with RF85, the permanent treatment that reduces friction 85%. The rifles were fired as fast as humanly possible. In less than an hour, the leading brand rifle failed at 900 rounds. An hour went by. Then 2, then 3. The Anderson kept firing. After 4 hours, the red-hot gun cooked rounds off. No trigger was needed. Finally, the grip caught on fire. After 4,238 rounds and still firing, with the gun on fire, they called it quits. They couldn't get the Anderson to fail. This is that rifle. Look at these close-ups. This Anderson rifle shows absolutely no wear. Can your rifle do this? It can if it's an Anderson. RF85 makes it run with 85% less friction, 23% faster action, never needs oiling, and cleans up with soap and water. The Anderson rifle, the world's only no-lube rifle.
Gerald Johnson and his daughter Lakin, they call her Bird, on a spring gobbler hunt.
We just put a full decoy spread out here. The wind is howling, but we're in a blind, so we're in a good old browning blind, so there's no wind. We're not going to get cold, but more importantly, we're hit, so she can get a good shot if something comes in. So, been watching this field, several gobblers. I did not park the truck far enough up, out of the way. I only hope that it does not alert the turkeys. If they act spooked, then it's my fault, because I'm about 50 yards shy from where it needs to be. But yeah, long bears coming right at us, bird. Safety's off. Keep your gun down. Not a lot of movement. They'll see you through the next window. Stay back. Charging. Get the safety off. Get to the window. Get to the window. Don't go. Don't say, oh my God. Just pick one. Which one? Tell me which one. Get him. got him. Hold still. Hold still. Hold still. Hold still. Hold still. Look at that other. Look at that other one. Bird. Yes. You stay here in North Carolina.
Oh, he's moving.
Yeah, you can't go nowhere.
He's dead.
He's dead. That's the last minute flop. You're good. Shot him right between both of them. Perfectly normal.
He just did a front flip. Hey, he kind of flipped on the camera when you shot him. It was hilarious.
Well, Bird, you gonna get out and go check him out? Yeah. Are you kidding me?
Look at that. Where's his beard for crying out
Pick him up.
loud?
Walk over to the blind. Go to the blind right in front. We got in here plenty early, about 3:30. Eating peanut butter and crackers, playing on the iPad, drinking soda pops, and had a real nice decoy spread out here. 3 of us in a blind is tough, but we made it happen. It's a little shaky on the footage, but we did the best we could with what we had. And nevertheless, we're on camera when she pulls the trigger, and she's down to her biggest gobbler today. Good shot.
Bird, congratulations. Gerald, thanks for sharing the footage with us. Buck, where are we going next week, brother?
Well, next week, folks, unfortunately, I'm not hunting. It's another one of those times me and Max split up. He's heading.
No, you're hunting.
Yeah, I'm just not hunting with Max.
You're not going to see that footage because you know what? Nothing happened.
It's hunting. But Max was heading to Missouri hunting and fishing adventures. And I can tell you what.
I love that place.
They have a great place.
I love that place.
An awesome lodge. And you don't want to miss this episode because Max scores himself on a pretty good deer.
Yep, I call boom, 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 bang, 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 bang.